Alright guys, we're back, and you probably don't recognize this, and you're probably thinking this is just like a shitty base I built, and you'd be wrong. This is a very, very strange village. I saw a zombie over here. I'm gonna quickly deal with him. Alright, he's dealt with. So, yeah, this is just a really weird village, and unfortunately it's in a plains biome on an island, and that's also an ideal place for me to build a passive mob farm. So I'm gonna have to actually destroy most of this village, and I'm trying to get to where I'm going to build this. It's like right up top. It's actually really cool. Let's go ahead and see what's in this blacksmith. What kind of trade does he have? Nothing really interesting. Some obsidian and iron armor. And iron. That's good. How can I get up here? If I had fireworks, I'd be able to get up pretty easily, but you know how that went if you watched the last episode. If you didn't, then basically Witch Farm is a no-go. Which is disappointing. I was really excited for that. Thought it'd be a cool project. And it was a cool project. It's a cool idea. But, you know, Minecraft developers, they're as iffy as developing as I am with parkour. So yeah, right up here, if we turn on F3 and G, this chunk is one of the only ones on this island, if not the only one that's fully in plains. Where was that creeper? And so we need it in plains so that I'll be able to spawn horses and stuff. I was also debating doing it in a jungle, but then all I'd get is ocelots and parrots, and they're not that attractive. There's a villager way out there. I think he just despawned. That's unfortunate. So I'll get to digging because that's gonna be fun. Oh yeah, here's like the iron armor that I found in that place.
You got some plate mail?
No. I didn't craft that, I just got it from the blacksmith. So we're gonna be clearing out the very middle of this island. It's gonna be another big project, but it'll be doable.
Wait, are you talking about this thing?
Hold F3 and hit G. You see like the giant box?
Yeah.
We're basically, that's a chunk, and we're digging out this one chunk.
So why is there this field up on top of this?
That's just part of the village. We can't
What?
destroy that. Yeah, right? Isn't it so dope? Like, this village is amazing. I'm like very, very sad that we have to destroy it, but at the same time I need food. Oh, here, I'll destroy this. You want some diamond tools?
You know, that would be incredible, Danny.
Want me to just show you my, like, base? Or my,
I'd rather you just give me them.
but that involved me, like, running all the way back. Oh, you want to see something cool? Ready? Ready?
That is cool.
I love wings. They're so much fun. So it's a few days later, and I've made some solid progress on this. It's not quite done. If I quickly turn on the chunk view, you can see I've only dug out one chunk, and I believe that's as big as the farm designed by Nembomb MC for a passive mob farm. I think it takes up one full chunk. I could be wrong about that though. So I'm gonna have to probably dig out 7 or 8 blocks on all 4 adjacent sides of this, which means actually most of this village is gonna get destroyed. Definitely that blacksmith house, which is where I've been storing all the supplies that I've gotten. I've let most of the cobblestone despawn. There might still be some down there. I don't know. There's also an abandoned mine shaft, by the way. So yeah, I've kind of set up base in this little house. I really don't want to destroy the village, because like this is a super dope village, but unfortunately I kind of do. And that's given me a few ideas, because like as you can see, this is kind of like, it was the top of a mountain and there's a giant hole in it, so I'm like, hey, it's kind of like a volcano. So I'd like to make it look like a volcano, but I think when I'm done with this, it's gonna end up like taking up most of the island actually, because it's not very big. Like pretty much most of this side is gonna be destroyed, probably like up to here. So that'll make it a little bit hard to make it look like a natural volcano, I guess. So I'll have to figure out some other way to make it look cool. I think most of the village on that side will be alright, because most of this is just in the water and it's outside of the 8 blocks. Oh yeah, I lost my boots, by the way. That really sucked. But yeah, I'm going to do some research, figure out what I gotta do, and then probably widen this by 8 blocks on all sides. And I'll see you then. We've finished digging the full-sized hole here, and you can see I've gone ahead and built one of the spawning pads just so that oh Jesus, just so that I could kind of see how big it'd be, where it'd be, all that. This is a really annoying, like, kind of get that dirt, because I'm gonna come down here anyway. But yeah, so I've built this. I've kind of planned out where the hoppers are gonna come out the bottom. You have to weave it around bedrock, so you can see it's not quite straight. It kind of goes here, and then I think I'll probably have an item elevator that goes all the way up to there. So I have to add 3 more spawning floors to this and extend the nether portal out. I'm building the version of this farm that actually cooks the animals rather than sending them to the nether, but there's also the option to send them to the nether to get horses if I want. Sorry, I'm tired. Gotta work hard. So I'll build the next few spawning floors encased in glass, and maybe I'll be back when I'm starting to work on the redstone. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't, but the spawning floors are now flooded successfully, and I've done the redstone. Hopefully I won't die from this. Occasionally I die really oddly from elytra falls, but whatever. I've done the redstone. I know I said I was going to do it on camera, but it was just kind of placing a bunch of repeaters and wires, and that wouldn't have been too interesting to watch. So essentially what this is just a clock with the specific timing that Nembomb MC tells in his tutorial. So I've kind of built into this staircase. I built this like this so that when you're standing on the AFK floor, you're able to see all the spawn floors. Let me just quickly unflood this. Go ahead and demonstrate how that works. You can see successfully unflooded, and this one actually needs that lever. And now when I trigger that, it'll automatically start, and then not now, but when that turns off, it'll turn that on, that'll turn that off, and it just goes on and off and whatnot. So I don't think I ever explained why I actually built this staircase. The way passive mob spawning works, they spawn in I think a 400 tick cycle. Don't quote me on that though. So what that basically means is where hostile mobs, for example, they try to spawn like every 1 tick, passive mobs will try to spawn every 400 ticks. So I have to look, because it's 400 ticks from the last 400 tick period, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't, because I'm terrible at explaining things. But basically, I wait until I see something spawn. Well, I flood it first to prevent things from spawning. Then I unflood it. And then when I see the first pack of animals spawn, I trigger this lever, and then the farm's active from then on out. So it's important that I'm able to see it. This will be my AFK position, and so I can see all the spawn floors fairly well from here. So that's why I did that in that way. The rest of the wiring is pretty simple. I kind of like how I did this. It has a little bit of symmetry. Unfortunately, that can't be completely symmetrical. Other than that, pretty simple. It's just basic redstone wiring. I do this because it saves a little bit on redstone dust. So if you got like repeaters going, say like 1,000 blocks, you know, those 2 redstone wire will save on some repeaters, save on some wire, save on some lag, etc., etc. And I still have to get the hopper chain. It's actually gonna go probably right under this block, and then I don't know, maybe up there. I'll have to figure that out. It won't be a problem if it goes under redstone, because you can just place redstone on top of the hopper. So I think that's all for this video. The farm isn't actually working yet because I haven't prepped the spawn chunks. There's probably some passive mobs there, so I'm gonna have to do that off camera. And yeah, it's now Monday at 5:41. I have to edit and upload this tonight so that I can wait 24 hours before making this public. So yeah, bye. I got a lot of work to do in the next like few hours.